Hey guys, it's me again, and I'm back with another video. So yeah, and they found a vaccine and they managed to get it working, and they're gonna start distributing it next week. So that is so good. Good to know that the vaccine is working, and next week they're gonna start, giving it to people, the vaccine. So yeah. COVID-19 shoppers return to stores under England's new tier system. Shoppers have returned to the high street in England after non-essential retailers opened their doors at the end of a 4-week national lockdown. A three-tiered system of COVID-19 rules has now come into force in the nation, with gyms and businesses such as hairdressers also able to open. More than 55 million people are in the strictest two tiers and cannot mix indoors with those in their households. New rules: pubs and restaurants are only allowed to reopen in Tier 1 and 2 areas, and in Tier 2, alcohol can only be served with a substantial meal. Tier 2, people are not allowed to mix with anyone outside the household or support bubble. Doors, although they can socialise in groups of up to 6 outdoors. And in Tier 3, people must also not mix with anyone outside their household or support bubble indoors or at most outdoor venues. Tier lockdown rules is a tougher version of its tier system of restrictions. On Wednesday, as the 4-week lockdown ends, Northern Ireland has a 2-week circuit breaker lockdown. Excuse me, sorry, it's kind of itchy. While Wales is banning the sale of alcohol in pubs, cafes and restaurants on Friday, Scotland has its own 5-tier system. Across the UK, some restrictions will be relaxed over Christmas to allow 3 households to form a Christmas bubble. Midnight, so medium, high and very high. The days of the first review on the 16th of December. Tier 2, you can't socialise indoors with anyone you do not live with or who is not in your support bubble. And then you can meet in a group of up to 6 outside, including in a garden or public place. Shops, gyms and personal care services can reopen. Secure pubs and bars can only open if they serve substantial meals. Alcohol can be served with that meal. Pubs and restaurants must start at 11 p.m. with last orders at 10 p.m. Sports can resume. Collective worship and weddings. Sports can resume. Non-essential foreign travel allowed. People are advised not to travel to and from Tier 3 areas. You can't mix with anybody you do not live with or who is not in the support bubble, indoors or in private gardens and pub gardens. You can meet in a group of up to 6. Parks, benches, countryside. Shops, gyms, fair services can reopen. Hospitality venues such as bars, pubs, cafes and restaurants must stay closed except for delivery and takeaway services. Spectator sports cannot resume. Indoor entertainment venues such as bowling alleys, cinemas must stay closed. People are advised not to travel to and from Tier 3 areas. Rule of 6 will apply indoors and outdoors. Spectator sports can resume. Two households can form a bubble and be able to meet in their own homes. Up to 15 people can meet, organise activities. Rising to 30 outdoors. All businesses required to close can reopen. Travel throughout Wales is permitted. People can only go to Wales for essential purposes such as work. People who you don't live with still cannot come into your home socially. Pubs, restaurants, cafes cannot serve alcohol and must close at 6 p.m. Takeaway of food or non-alcoholic drinks are allowed after 6 p.m. Cinemas, bowling alleys, bingo halls, museums and galleries must shut. Northern Ireland started 2 weeks breaker lockdown. November, Friday 27 November. Households cannot mix indoors in private homes. You can form a support bubble of any size. You cannot stay overnight in someone else's home. Non-essential shops must close. Cafes, coffee shops, pubs, bars and restaurants are except for takeaways, which must stop by 11 p.m. All sports and leisure facilities must close. All places of worship must close. Schools remain open. Indoor meetings are allowed for up to 8 people, up to 15 people from 5 households. Up to 6 people, 2 households can meet. Players can 7 other people. No gatherings inside people's homes. Up to 6 people from 2 households can meet outdoors. Most hospitality venues can open. Alcohol can be served indoors only until 8 p.m. and outdoors until 10:30 p.m. Most leisure entertainment premises are closed, except gyms, cinemas, big halls, and entertainment arcades. Pubs and restaurants can open until 6 p.m, but alcohol cannot be served. Leisure and entertainment venues are closed. Non-essential travel not allowed. Indoor exercise in gyms restricted to individuals. Non-essential shops, pubs, restaurants are closed. Libraries and hairdressers are closed. Schools stay open on all levels. There must also be no non-essential travel between Scotland and the rest of the UK. Early birds hit the stores up and down the country to avoid the queues as non-essential shops in England reopened after the 4-week lockdown. Having Miranda. So, moving to system of teams. Which social contact between households but allows non-essential stores to reopen. Up to 6 people can meet indoors or outdoors. Pubs and restaurants can open, with last orders at 10 p.m. and closing at 11 p.m. No mixing indoors apart from support bubbles. Up to 6 people can meet outdoors. Pubs and restaurants can open, last orders at 10, closing at 11. No mixing indoors. People can only meet outdoors in limited places. Pubs and restaurants must close, exception of takeaways. All tiers, non-essential shops, gyms, hairdressers and personal care service can open. People in all tiers to work from home when they can do so. Six people from indoors, no mixing indoors. Indoors, pubs and restaurants must close. Household is at 10, closing at 11. So it's 10 to 11. Month-long COVID lockdown has been lifted in England, but the majority of people across the country still face tough restrictions. From Wednesday meaning more than 55 million people will be under the Tier 2 and Tier 3 measures from Wednesday, meaning mixing between households indoors will effectively be banned for the vast majority of the country. People living in these Tier 1 areas will be able to mix with 6 people indoors and outdoors, but people in these areas are still being urged to work from home if they can, and pubs are limited to table serving. Tier 3 restrictions: households are banned from mixing except in limited circumstances. Bars and restaurants will be limited to takeaway and delivery service. And people would be advised to avoid travelling outside the area. Households mixing indoors banned in clubs and pubs and restaurants. Up to 6 people can indoors. Pubs and restaurants can open with last orders at 10, closing at 11, no mixing indoors. Up to 6 people can be outdoors. Last orders at 10, closing at 11. Pubs and restaurants must close, some takeaway. Tiers, non-essential shops, gyms and hairdressers can open. People in all tiers to work from home when they can do so. Spread of coronavirus. Second, schools remain open. Gatherings of more than 6 people will be banned. Can only be outdoors. Retail level to reopen. People can meet family and friends. indoors, but the rule of 6 applies. Pubs, bars, restaurants can reopen. Stop taking orders at 10, before closing at 11. Overnight stays will be permitted after limited support bubble. Places of worship can reopen, but people must not interact with more than 6. Hairdressers, beauty salons, cinemas, theatres, bowling alleys, casinos can reopen. No mixing of households indoors apart from support bubbles, and maximum 6 outdoors. Pubs and bars must close unless they serve substantial meals. And venues must stop taking orders by 10 p.m. and close at 11. Overnight stays will only be permitted for those in the same household or support bubble. And accommodation can open. Places of worship can reopen. Hairdressers, beauty salons, cinemas, theatres, bowling alleys can reopen. No mixing of households indoors, and groups of 6 will only be able to meet in outdoor public spaces. All pubs, bars, restaurants must close and can only operate as takeaways. Gyms and other forms of indoor leisure are allowed to remain open. Indoor entertainment venues such as cinemas, theatres, bowling alleys will remain closed. No overnight stays will be permitted except for work or education. 5-level system. Non-essential shops, pubs, restaurants, bars, gyms, hairdressers had to shut for 3 weeks until December 11th. Other restrictions. No households can mix indoors, but schools will remain open. Up to 6 people from 2 households still allowed to meet outdoors. No limit on outdoor exercise, and takeaways remain open. Up to 8 people from 3 households can meet. Up to 15 people from 5 households can meet. 6 people from 2 households. No households can mix. 6 people from 2 households. Hospitality for anything open only serving alcohol with meals. No households can mix indoors. Up to 6 people from 2 households can meet. Entertainment venues closed. Pubs and restaurants can open till 6 p.m. for food. Non-alcoholic drinks only. No households can mix indoors. Up to 6 people from 2 households can meet. All non-essential shops closed. All entertainment buildings closed. Public transport to be used only for essential journeys. 2-day fire break. Lockdown from October to November. Schools have reopened. People can now travel anywhere they want. Hills including pubs, hairdressers, gyms are now to reopen. People are now able to reform bubbles. Up to 15 people can meet indoors for organised activities. 30 people can meet. Not allowed to travel to and from England unless for a reasonable excuse, and people are told to still work from home. And seasonal line, the rules. Pubs, restaurants closed.
You alright, gorgeous?
Yes. It's closed by 11 p.m. Closed sector for takeaway. People are unable to mix with another household indoors. Apply, bubbling, sauce allowed. But indoor meetings between households bubble are limited to a maximum of 10. Off licenses, which must not sell after 8 p.m. Services remain open. Schools and childcare remain open, along with public parks and other outdoor players, but people are advised to stay at home, work from home if possible. Otherwise, only leave for essential purposes such as education, healthcare reasons, care for others, or outdoor exercise. Holiday lockdown. Tuesday, non-essential shops and pubs reopen. Will be second next year. Most of us know there'll be a ban on household mixing. 1+1 rule of outdoor meetings will be lifted. Up to 6 people in the outdoor space, but not indoors. People in Tier 3 can only meet in public spaces. Non-essential shops and routines can open. Tier 3 leisure facilities, including cinemas, theatres, bowling alleys, will remain closed. Pubs and restaurants will be limited to takeaway or delivery service only. We're open curfew of 11 p.m. as well as orders at 10. Meeting friends, family, outside people in Tier 3 will be advised to avoid travelling outside the area. Those are now permitted. Relaxed 5 days from December 23rd to 27th. 3 household bubbles will be able to spend time together. Private homes, the template for students will be allowed to travel home for Christmas from Thursday and to attend schools and universities after the festive break before February 8th. Since the people's homes, however, children will be banned, barred from sitting on his knee. Able to attend sports events. £6,400. £10,000. Up to 6 people can meet indoors. Pubs and restaurants can open. Last orders at 10, closing 11. No mixing indoors apart from support bubbles. Up to 6 people can meet outdoors. Pubs and restaurants can open. Last orders at 10, closing at 11. No mixing indoors. People can only meet outdoors in limited places. Pubs and restaurants must close. No takeaway sales. All tiers and non-essential shops, gyms, hairdressers can open. All tiers to work from home when they can do so. Down. No mixing indoors, people can only meet outdoors. No mixing indoors apart from support bubbles, 6 people. 10, 11. Non-essential shops, gyms, open. People in all tiers to work from home, 6 people can meet indoors. Second, meet outdoors. Supplies in the open. Top of tier 3 system in England. And ends on December 2nd. Second, central shops, gyms, hairdressers across the country will be open. 50 venues across closed to get bowls and takeaway and delivery. 6 is back in all tiers. Shut up. Shops, gyms, hairdressers from the open. 6 people can be indoors. Want to do so, limits indoors. Yeah. The open, these allowed to remain open. Those remain closed. And 11. So schools remain open. Serving alcohol with meals up to 6 people. Households can be indoors only. Lockdown. Snow. Parks. And closed. Separately. Town. 23rd to 27th. Christmas bubbles will be able to spend time together and by home. Either drinking beer. Bang. Delivery and takeaway. Allowed public people live with. Substantial meal non-essential shops allowed to open. Doors open by the household. 6 maximum 6. Outdoor Christmas markets. Want to go shopping. One last sitting on his knee. Allowed to open. Maximum for UK travel. Driving home with permitted. Using time across here. Spend everyone at risk. Free period. And will not be banned. Silent night instead. Transmission. Involved. Other systems. Bowling alleys in the venues closed. So Friday, non-essential retail. Being lumped under house restrictions. All the freedoms. Everyone should work from home if they can. Shops, personal care services, community centres, libraries can open. Car parks remain open. Schools, colleges, remain open. University students can change their household temporarily once after 2nd December to return home. Registered childcare bubbles are allowed. What bubbles can be formed if you're the only adult living in the household? Care homes can take place. Protections at the screens. Moving house are allowed. Indoor leisure swimming can open. Elite sport can continue. Households and support bubbles can mix inside and outside, but the rule of 6 applies. Pubs, bars, pubs, restaurants must be table service only. Last orders at 10 p.m, closing by 11 p.m. Takeaway delivery can continue after 10. Entertainment can reopen, close by 11 apart from cinema, theatre. For travel to tier 3 areas, overnight stays permitted with your household bubble. All accommodation reopen, so if it can reopen. Weddings with partnerships can have 15 guests, funerals can have 30 guests. So organised sport can take place. No mixing of households indoors. Pubs, bars must close unless operating as restaurants. Table service only. Last orders at 10, closed by 11. Takeaway allowed. Open. Counter allowed. No said smoking equipment. So food between 11 and 5. Entertainment can reopen, closed by 11 p.m. Reduce the number of journeys. Overnight stays permitted. Accommodation open, place of worship open. Weddings can have 15 guests, funerals can have 30. Classes can take place, no. Mixing of households indoors and most outdoor places, rule of 6. Applies in public outdoor spaces, hospitality venues closed. Closed except for takeaway. Indoor entertainment closed. Avoid travelling outside the area, no overnight stays unless necessary for work, education. Accommodation closed. Places of worship open. Weddings can have 15 guests, funerals 30. Exercise classes can take place. Indoor leisure sports facilities can open. Elite sport events can take place. Live performances banned. TFOs will get one. Most pubs, restaurants, and cafes will be banned from serving alcohol from Friday. Across the UK, people will be able to form bubbles of 3 households. 23rd, 22nd December, 3 households. Bubble. 22nd, 28th. Bubbles will be fixed, so you will not be able to mix between households. There will be no limit to the number of people. England will support bubble. People are self-isolating. Not doing a Christmas bubble. Travel restrictions will be lifted. Not be allowed to go Christmas bubble to hospitality settings. Santa's grottos with social distancing can be set up in venues allowed to open. Door-to-door carol singing is allowed. School activity closed. Care home residents have been told not to take part in Christmas bubbles. Both parents have been more grown-up children not in a Christmas bubble. New guidance been received. Into force on Friday. In place until midnight on the 11th of December. Across the UK, the bubbles will be allowed. Between 23rd and 27th December. Adults living alone, single parents. December lockdown and Jesus, and people will be allowed to form a sport bubble. Regardless of adults. Living alone bubble. 10 to extended households in the 5-8 period and not required to stay in the same household. You not have to stay 2 meters apart. Bubbles are isolated households on the side of the bubble. People support social distancing. So, see you next one. Bye.